up. Is it going to be Volibear or Viego on the other side?
I mean, that's kind of the question, right? Wukong is so strong. Volibear also at the top of the list, like you were talking about. Team Liquid has plenty of different options to choose from here.
Personally, I'm very, very, very high on the Volibear index right now.
Yeah?
I feel like extremely powerful if you want to get the early game going. In Team Liquid, they have consistently in all their interviews talked about how they want to play more aggressive, even when everybody else in durability patch is playing more scaling. They want to play towards bottom lane. They want to play more aggressive. They want to be the ones creating action.
Well,
if they got Kalista in the bottom lane, would go quite nicely with that. Volibear really enables those dives.
That is one of those champions that needs to accelerate things. So what are they going to lock in next to it? It's the Kalista Renata Glasc lane.
Yeah, that's the combo. Every AD carry right now has like the preferred partner. So as soon as you see one part of the bottom lane, we can usually lock in the other one there. Hansama and CoreJJ, Kalista Renata. This sounds extremely, extremely scary for the early game here for FBI and Huhi. But they've been able to stand up to most of these tests. They also were very, very outspoken about how much they liked Lucian Nami. But the Kalista Renata already showing means it's going to be Aphelios Lulu.
Aphelios Lulu, much more scaling for Aphelios compared to Kalista, but at the same time, they have to survive that early game. Now, does Team Liquid also want to match roles here and go for their own jungler, or are they going to spice things up? That's the remaining question, my friends.
For Santorin, I feel like Volibear is such a good choice. Again, especially because he has a tendency to path down towards the bottom side of the map right now.
Yep.
But they're going to leave it up for the bans, allow
Okay.
Santorin to absorb the jungle bans, and just lock in for Bwipo the Gangplank blind.
Getting the Gangplank blind, their opponents not having their own top laner locked in means TL can also target that in the next phase of the bans here, now that the first half of the draft is concluded. Let's see if they go for that. Let's see if they switch it up a little bit. 100 Thieves still needs to lock in both solo laners, and a Gragas ban for TL.
Interesting, interesting. I wonder too, because yeah, they're trying to ban out some more of the facilitators here, since you're looking at Aphelios Lulu already. Gonna have some pretty strong team fight there from 100 Thieves. I wonder if they really even care about, you know, picks like the Kale for topside into the Gangplank. That's pretty good at scaling and then killing those barrels really quickly as well. Jarvan ban out here against Santorin instead. Another one of those junglers, though, that can make some really early moves with the early ganks.
I mean, Jarvan's been famous throughout League of Legends for just always being one of the most powerful early gankers whenever he's relevant, right? Like, this is the king of the level 2 gank. Show up from his buff into your lane and cause some problems. Ahri banned out. Team Liquid paying respect towards that pick that, although the laning phase didn't go well for Abbeddage, and we've seen him play this before, he does know how to set up the picks, set up the plays, and make the moves once he gets out of that early game situation, but he won't have the opportunity here.
And it's clearly his most comfortable champion right now. The 3 picks, majority focus there for him, has constantly gone back to it. So when you're looking at one of the kind of wobbly pieces right now on 100 Thieves, it's like Team Liquid just want to put a little extra pressure there for Bjergsen to take advantage of. And there's our Volibear as well.
Just topple the tower over. It's already wobbling a little bit. Just give it a little nudge. Volibear banned out. So double focus on Santorin.
Yeah.
Let's see what TL wants to lock into that jungle role. Or, hey, maybe they could just go for this instead, and they will. They'll lock in the Corki for Bjergsen.
Bjergsen, yeah, he has played a ton of Corki. We hear the half-hearted woos because we get some more Corki.
That's half a heart more than Corki deserves.
It's okay because there are Corki nerfs on the horizon.
Excellent.
We saw the rocket nerfs. The damage nerfs are coming. All right, what's it going to be, though, for Abba? The answer into the Corki, probably more farm lane, and it is going to be the Orianna.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like the Orianna, though, because at least then we can get some mid-game, shockwave delivery by Wukong action.
Yeah.
Wukong goes in, you get the ultimate knock-up. Right out of that knock-up, you get a shockwave. So definitely has a good wombo potential here for 100 Thieves.
And if you time them correctly, I mean, Wukong's knock-up, they land, shockwave then does its thing. Now the second Wukong ulti is ready to go. You can create some really vicious combos with that. And hey, if that's not enough knockups, Kobe, why don't we throw an Ornn ult on top of it just to make sure that everybody's getting bounced around?
Throw a giant ram down center street here as well. Just to really get Aphelios plenty of CC to work with.
Well, what is Santorin's pick going to be, though? They did target him with both of those second phase bans. It was Team Liquid that chose not to pick their jungler in the first half. Santorin Udyr.
Now, Udyr has been coming back with my favorite buff of the last like 3 patches, the extra 100 health onto the tank mythics.
Yeah.
Turbo Chem tank, Udyr, definitely coming back strong. Power farming champion, of course, as always. And of course, Santorin, with Udyr, probably start top side, clear down towards the bottom side. Udyr doesn't want to do early ganks because you want to clear and cycle your camp so quickly.
Right.
So he probably won't have too many surprise timers there for the ganks. But definitely still can help out with the Kalista Renata aggression. I mean, anytime you have that duo, it's just so good. You can put so much pressure hopping forward with the bailout always in your...
All right, let's rock and roll.
Right.
100 Thieves, Team Liquid.
I love it. The fans in the back standing up to dance. Let's go. 100
ready to go.
Thieves versus Team Liquid.
Wait, so Abbeddage is rushing into the bottom lane here with the Orianna.
He's checking the brush with the ball.
Yep. All right, Ssumday's just vibing. We're chilling.
He's distracting.
Yeah.
He's distracting everyone from the Orianna on the bottom of your mini-map. Sneaking around in those brush.
What's Orianna up to? Abbeddage hanging out down here. Obviously, nobody's getting into
Abba
a whole
hot
lot
dog.
more.
I haven't heard that one before. I like that. Abba hot dog.
That's okay. That's a new one. All right, all right. We'll see if it sticks.
Yeah.
Stand the test of time. Bjergsen's been around for a while now, cornering the fast food game here in the LCS. Bjergsen just hanging out here in the brush, spreading out. Nobody's going for anything wild and wacky here at level 1. FBI just doing a little bit of a gun dance back and forth. We're going to see our junglers both on the top half of their respective jungles. So kind of what you were talking about, at least in regards to Santorin, start top, path downwards, cycle those camps. It's not about the early ganks.
Yeah. It's not rocket science here when you got Ornn on the top side into Gangplank. Santorin going to look to take over bottom half of the map. And they see it with their early wards as well, that little river ward but by the ramps to try and see if there's any sort of closer counter invade action going on. Meanwhile, top side, level 1, of course, Gangplank there, Bwipo trying to get as much out of his first strike early as possible too. Constantly using his passive spamming there on Ssumday.
I like the first strike on Gangplank. We still see a lot of the grasp, but I know how much value you can get out of first strike on this, and especially against a lane like Ornn, there's so much value in it.
And we saw in the opener, nice tri-lane pop up
Yes.
here. There he is. Bwipo pops the barrels, gets his trial by fire, and lights Ssumday's butt on fire as well. Honestly, too, with the first strike, it's incredibly important when we saw the even level 1 before minions, dodging out on the Ornn Q, so that you are not tagged first and you can actually get the value there. So pushing up on top lane for them, bottom lane as well as should be pushing for Team Liquid.
Yeah, of course.
Of course here, Bjergsen, the Corki early on, not going to have a lot of pushing power for the minion wave, and Abbeddage is going to be able to shove up and then roam down into the river to try and get some vision.
Yep, Team Liquid having 2 out of 3 of those pushing lanes. Santorin also clearing to the jungle quickly on the Udyr. You expect him to be able to get control of that bottom side scuttle crab rather easily, especially when you consider how far ahead his bot lane is in terms of their control over the lane. Closer just now finishing up his own red buff as Santorin moves into the river. That's the speed of the Udyr. That's the camp clearing that we're talking about, being able to stay ahead of the pace of the game. And now you can just slap that shield off. And there you go. Wait, what is that the Udyr skin that's the palette swap from back in 2009?
It is.
That's the old school one.
It's a skin that is basically a chroma of the base Udyr.
Back in the day when League of Legends was a small indie game.
Yeah, it's the black belt Udyr skin. Is going to make it fairly ineffective pass towards mid. It's just in order to double crab.
Yeah, it's definitely just for double crab. It just looks silly.
It's not actually a gank. It's just Udyr in transit.
He had to walk there, and this was the fastest path to walk.
Peppo run.
Well, he's managed to run all the way into the enemy jungle, get both of those crabs. There's not anything for him to take right now. You can see the ping coming out towards the Wolves from Closer, who has gone back, completed his first buy. Santorin getting the tier 2 boots as his first purchase, just making sure that he's maxing out that movement speed. It's so important for a champion like Udyr that has to run at people. He wants to make sure that he's got that edge. And I mean, hey, when you compare that to the fact that nobody else in the game has any sort of boots at all, tier 2 versus nothing is a huge difference.
Safety first, Captain Flowers.
Yeah, but
that's what Santorin always tells me. Safety first. Get your steel caps on, and then you can continue to run around the jungle. You don't want to go barefoot because you're going to lose out on so much efficiency, as you're saying. Honestly, it should just be another power clear down to the bottom side. Maybe we get some early action with the dragon because Udyr is very good at burning down early dragons as well.
Yep.
You just get the attack speed from Tiger, proc it up and switch over to your Phoenix and start blasting away. Ocean Dragon will be the first one though. That is the most dangerous to get caught on if you're trying to sneak. If you actually don't have priority. But he should have priority, yeah, exactly, the slow attack on it. He should have priority on the bottom side of the map though, from Hansama and CoreJJ.
So we see a little bit of trading back and forth down here as Core and Hansama have to back up. But the early game is going very slow. Predictably so. Where do you feel like we're actually going to see some action truly break out?
And I stand by what I said earlier. It's going to be the dragon. Okay. Because bottom lane Hansama there got the early back because they were able to push up, and they've got the Kalista for the rend as well. So that's why I'm talking about, oh, in lane, there's not much, you know, FBI is going to be able to do there because Noon Quiver picked up for Hansama. He stays in lane here while CoreJJ goes back. Yeah, to get those 2 control wards, and there's that Dragon Flower, surprise, surprise, Udyr. You always focus on the camp clearing, reset those small ones, and then your neutral objectives, get those stacking as quickly as possible. Santorin, a man after my own heart. He knows his jungle checklist.
And you can see his laners also playing around it. Bjergsen hovering down towards this part of his lane. Hansama with control over the bottom side, also making sure nobody's approaching. And so that means TL get this objective for free 6 minutes into the game.
Yes, sir. You pick your Udyr, and very, very smooth farming ahead. Meanwhile, on the other side for Closer, what is he going to be able to do with this Wukong? He's a little bit far behind from level 6, but as soon as you do get your level 6, maybe there's an opportunity to try and punish the bottom lane before they get level 6.
Yeah. Ssumday jumping in there. Hold on now. Okay, Ornn's not going to do a whole lot. I was kind of hoping we would get something a little more explosive than that, but Bwipo was just able to walk it off, not really worried about it. Bwipo still having plenty of health and mana both after teleporting back into the lane a minute ago or so. But okay, still no real PvP breaking out here. That dragon sneak was the opportunity like you were talking about. Hey, maybe they'll fight over that, maybe they won't. Well,
yeah, hope that got your adrenaline pumping.
Oh yeah, I'm pumped up, man. I'm ready to go.
That's about what we're looking at here. Unless there's something on bottom side, because Hansama and CoreJJ, especially when they get level 6, maybe they can actually, you know, force some action down here, create some action. Especially if CoreJJ is able to keep the side brush clear of vision. The fight over the wards in the side brush, there we go, nice. Has sweeper popped, immediately clears these ones out. Udyr can be pretty effective for lane ganks if, okay.
All right.
Swing and a miss.
Ulti coming down. Polymorph. FBI loses a little bit of health. CoreJJ going to lose about the same. So GP ulti even gets summoned, Kobe, and we still have no kill.
Sadly, yeah, that's not going to be good for your adrenaline pumping.
Nope. My
thrill-seeking ways, Captain Flowers.
I'm hurting, man. FTX total gold on the left side of your screen. Abbeddage here on the Orianna, currently leading the game. But now he might not be in a great spot. Had to flash away. Nice shockwave onto 2. Team Liquid getting back out of that one now. It's Ghost from Santorin, Flash from Bjergsen.
Yeah, he was very afraid about the follow-up from Closer there. Didn't want to take the damage from Wukong all in as they got grouped up, and Abbeddage sets him up for the possible counter. He even trades +1 summoner spell. That was Ghost and Flash just for his own Flash. Who's the hot dog now?
Dude, Ghost has like a 3-minute cooldown though.
Who is the hot dog now, Flowers?
All right, he is the hottest dog. But we'll have to see what this means for the mid lane with both mid laners no longer having Flash. Obviously, Corki still has Valkyrie to get out of trouble, but I'm expecting junglers to come back here. Huhi, Wild Growth onto himself. Team Liquid, all right, they're thinking about it, but they're not thinking about it much longer. CoreJJ at half HP has to flash out. Hansama coming up from the side. The fight is already over. 100 Thieves scare him away.
Okay, so, you know, incremental little advantages. Bjergsen has no flash. Does have 100 mana to spend for Valk, though.
He's all right. He's doing just
That's
fine.
going to leave him dry. Going to go back to base, no problem, though. Was able to push out the wave first, so easy stuff here for Team Liquid. The only real kind of lasting cooldown there was the Lulu ultimate used as they were heading back to base, and a few minions dropped into the tower because Hansama was able to push it up at least.
800 gold lead for Team Liquid in this early game. And I mean, a lot of that is just going to be Gangplank money, right? When we're looking at, where are these leads coming from? The farm is really not that different in a lot of places. The biggest lead is on the Gangplank itself, which is about a wave and a half ahead, but everybody else really close.
Buy the dip, Flowers. Gangplank, he's a savvy investor. he's buying the dip right now.
Oh, no.
Honestly, that's kind of dangerous. This is not a financial advice.
LCS is not responsible for what may or may not be interpreted as financial advice from Sam Kobe Hartman Kinsler. Please do not use this as financial advice. We merely like the game. Now, we've got 78 farm on Udyr versus 64 on the Wukong. So that's actually the biggest difference that I was not paying respect to comparing the lanes.
Yeah,
but that Udyr, yeah, I know, got to put some respect on the Udyr as he's keeping the tempo high, making sure that he's constantly clearing, cycling those camps like you were talking about. 10.5 minutes in. We've got 45 seconds until the second Drake of the game shows up.
You're a fiend. You're looking forward to your next hit of Dragon Juice already.
I need more dragons. I need more chances to fight because, honestly, man, 11 minutes, no kill.
Well, it is looking pretty good for Team Liquid because it is syncing up. We've got a Gangplank ultimate available, Kalista Renata combination available. They're already pushing in 30 seconds ahead of time so they can get their vision set up for this dragon. All signs are pointing to possible action from Team Liquid side, but I don't think 100 Thieves are actually going to want to take it. Ssumday actually just switched over to heal with his Summoner Spellbook, so he's Ignite Heal top Ornn, unless he walks his butt all the way down to Dragon.
That's a long walk.
Pretty sure 100 Thieves just give it up to Team Liquid.
Team Liquid, of course, they don't have to send Bwipo down there himself. He can use his ulti. Never mind, that's going to be used up here on the top side. 1v1. Ssumday brings the pain, but Bwipo healing himself back up with the oranges. Flashes away. Ssumday still chasing after him, but Bwipo disengages it. Ssumday's Ornn, man, he's ready to go.
Ssumday did definitely get that Gangplank ultimate burn. Still not going to be enough for 100 Thieves to contest, it looks like, though. They're going to give over as Team Liquid can move CoreJJ up, even with mid-crowd. All right, so that'll be 2 on the board for Team Liquid. Dragon stacking continues.
Team Liquid Dragon stack. It's going to be a Cloud Soul, Cloud Rift this time around. Ocean and Infernal Drakes under their belt thus far. Still no kills. We have level 6 online for everybody across the board, Kobe. We're getting close to level 11.
We got a big package ready to be delivered here from Bjergsen, and Closer has an Udyr in his jungle, lying in wait.
Nope, I think we just got to see a...
Still waiting, still lying in wait, still lying in wait, still waiting.
All right, all right, there we go, there we go. They decided to go ahead and walk on out of there. 100 Thieves knew something was up. Team Liquid knew that they knew, so they all have to back away. No play to be made, no play to be found. 100 Thieves properly recognizing that something was up. But I'm going to ask the question again now, because I asked it earlier, and it still hasn't worked.
Well, we did get
still the
multiple
dragon?
dragons chased.
Is that, is that where we're still going to get first blood? 70 minutes into the game?
They've built this into the game to force some conflict here.
I mean, at this point, just give me the Nexus Blitz Ring of Fire. Just close it in, and
honestly, let's just put it around Bwipo and Ssumday, because Bwipo and Ssumday, they're
ready to go.
Throwing haymakers up there. There's no flash still on Bwipo, so a very small opportunity for a window there.
Supports roaming around a little bit, making their way up towards mid, just playing the vision control game. You can see control wards placed in the bottom side river there. There's also one on the back end of the red side pit. Ssumday clearing out a control ward top side. There we go, yeah!
Okay, so there's no flash on Bwipo and no control ward in Tri-Brush, which means he's going to play safe.
Yes,
there was a half roam from Orianna as well, but not going to actually complete the roam. Picks up the blue buff. Bjergsen continues scaling here, rushing for the Hex Drinker, even with just Abbedage being the solo AP.
It just makes it so much harder for Orianna to be able to have any sort of kill pressure on you, right? Like, it makes it so that there's no way that you're going to get Shockwave, Womboed, whatever. Very, very useful item completed there. Manamune, that will be the first one, and he's about halfway towards the charge. So once the Muramata comes online, that's when we start seeing some of the shenanigans with the rockets, but it's still a little ways away. Bwipo and Abbedage, the two leaders in gold, Bjergsen and Hansama a couple hundred behind that. But it's all about the Orianna, it's all about the Gangplank. I already talked about Gangplank having all that extra money, FBI with a nice cleanse. Getting himself to safety there as CoreJJ used the flash to try to make a play.
And Bwipo also has 10 stacks left on his call. He's about to pop another 350 gold, baby. 2 more minion waves.
He's getting rich, but I do want to applaud Abbedage because that's the one character in this game that's farming as good as Gangplank is, and we've been very critical of him, rightfully so, these past couple of weeks, not having great laning phases, not looking too awesome in the early game. Yeah, there's no kills this time around to say, yeah, he's really getting the team ahead with those because there's none to be found, but his laning is going just fine.
Yeah, definitely some good stuff from him. Ssumday continuing to be a bit of target practice there for Bwipo. He's a good punching bag, though.
Yeah, he is.
He can soak up a lot of bullets.
Bwipo's just having a great old time up here, and some days, well, he's also a part of that episode. But it's generally not going to be fun if you're Ornn.
Yeah.
Like, you just sit out of the tower, you farm up. Some days doing totally fine, has less than 10 farm below his opponent. But it is a massive gold difference when you look up at the difference between those two specifically. Plus 1,600 for Bwipo over Ssumday.
And then you can start to say, like, oh, he's going to make up for it. You know, level 13 is quickly approaching for him here. He can start blinging out his own items, then hand out items to the rest of the teammates, and you get kind of the delayed satisfaction of the gold value from Ornn.
Sunfire Aegis completed for Santorin in the jungle. So now Udyr has that fully evolved Bombies item. Very tanky, adds a lot of damage as well, since that's the one that maxes for DPS in the fights. But we've got the Rift Herald back up and ready to go here. 100 Thieves, first to the objective, but Team Liquid also has players in the area.
Gangplank ults, but no teleport on Bwipo, so if they wanted to go for it from Team Liquid, it would just be the 4v5 with the Gangplank ultimate, and they decide to call it off.
Okay.
Dragon, though, coming up, and this is our third hit, okay?
Yeah.
The third hit of Dragon Juice really starts to get...
that's when you're really... That's when it starts to become a real concern for the side 100 Thieves. But there you go. Turret taken down. First turret of the game here in bottom lane. Bwipo responsible for that one. Team Liquid up to almost a 2,500 gold lead. I feel like we need to see something at 100 Thieves here soon, folks.
Yeah, I mean, if you get too far behind in items, then it's going to be rough trying to come back, especially with the late game firepower from Bjergsen's Corki starting to stack up. This is going to be it, though. Rift Herald used mid as they go to contest through the river. They're going to have to walk in blind here. Team Liquid have one dip control wards down.
That is a little bit tough, but remember that 100 Thieves does have some incredible 5v5 potential, even if they are 2,000 gold down. Drake at about half HP. Ornn summoned up, Gangplank ulti brought down. It's going to be stolen by Closer, but Ssumday's here in the front and he's taking a lot of damage. Closer buying time, getting himself away, disrupting Team Liquid. Santorin continuing the chase, finds the stun there. Ssumday coming over to help his jungler. 100 Thieves do a great job stealing the Drake and getting everybody out.
Actually, a perfect heist. I know you're still mad that there's no first blood, but that is the way that you want a heist to go. You don't want anyone dying.
It's not a combat mission, it's a stealth mission.
Exactly, exactly. And Closer actually did a really good job appealing for the rest of the team. Distraction monkey, go, go. He actually gets all of them to chase himself through the jungle, the knock up there as well, buying time for the escape of the rest of the Thieves. Great getaway driver.
Let's see one more time how they made it happen. There was a lot of Kalista spears in there, but
yeah, so they rend it down to 11. So like they're not even trying to combo Santorin smite with the rend. So I don't even know why they rended and just gave him the extra chunk of damage. But Closer says, yoink, thank you for the leash, as well as you know, kind of playing distraction over there, getting everybody else to look off into the distance while the rest of the Thieves escape.
Minute 18 with no kills. Give it up for minute 18. Yeah!
Minute
18 minutes.
That's actually my favorite minute of no kills.
Yeah,
minute
that's
18.
the best. Yeah, hey, here's 18 minutes of getting along on Summoner's Rift.
Because we at least got a little bit of an opportunity to make our own heist movie. If we're putting together a crew
That's the
for our
yeah.
heist.
That's the
The
trailer.
first one that I'm getting on my crew is going to be closer.
Yeah, that's you got to have the getaway driver. That's very important.
Oh, maybe Bwipo's the explosive expert as well here. with
The demo man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Why
okay.
Bwipo demo man?
Wide Bwipo walks up to the vault. All right. Well, we've still got a 2,000 gold lead for Team Liquid. We've still got no kills on the board. Baron's going to be alive in a minute, so that could be something to fight over.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah?
That's like the sequel.
Wait, but we didn't even make the whole
Baron
first
heist.
movie. We got a trailer, and now we got a sequel. Okay. All right. Well,
Sometimes we skip
Our production company might not be in business for very long, but I'm looking to see which one of these teams tries to make a play here first. Who's gonna get down to business between these two?
Well, you see, that might be an error because that's assuming that one of them will.
Oh, maybe.
Oh!
Or JJ. Oh,
Flashing into
Kalista.
range for the Kalista ult.
It was a very nice save, though.
It does leave an opening here for 100 Thieves to really tighten the screws. They're not going to actually force on the tower. I was really hoping there was going to be a rotation up and use the numbers advantage they got by forcing CoreJJ back. You know, no Kalista ultimate, no flash on CoreJJ. That Renata is super vulnerable, but Team Liquid, they just defend easily here, continue to clear the minions.
I feel like I understand cautious play, but I want to see more risks being taken. I just feel like nobody's really committing to much of anything here. We're slowly scaling up. We're slowly getting there. 20 minutes to 0 kills, man.
Is that not satisfying, though? I like the big explosions on
The big explosion on the barrel and the minions and everything, that is pretty cool. You know, it'd be a lot cooler if there's a champion there.
yeah.
Like a lot cooler.
A lot more gold from that, too.
Well, unfortunately, there are no champions within the range of the barrels, but Bjergsen working on this top lane here, seeing if maybe they can grab another turret. It is only 1-to-1 in turret count overall. That mid lane has been removed by 100 Thieves. They got that with the Rift Herald there before the Dragon play.
That's
Bottom
a
lane.
weird noise for, like, a plain auto attack coming out with that skin.
The squeaky?
The squeak, yeah, exactly. It's very squeaky spaceship Bjergsen is piloting. It sounds, it's like a toy, right? That's not threatening at all.
Yeah.
And yet we know what this champion can do late game.
We know that it'll take 60% of your health while it makes a silly squeaky noise. Bwipo chasing after Ssumday, just putting a little damage into him. Ssumday does have level 13 now. The Frostfire Gauntlet is upgraded into whatever the upgrade of it is named, and that means he'll be able to further apply those upgrades to each ally as he continues getting levels. So 100 Thieves, they are going to catch up a little bit in that respect.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Himself already upgrading his own gloves, outfitted with the Gucci models here for 100 Thieves. The Dragon is coming up, but side effect of it getting stolen away there by 100 Thieves on the previous one means that this one is not as exciting.
Yep, they pretty much buy themselves a get-out-of-jail-free card for one of the future Dragons, right?
Bwipo, though, setting up in the brush, he did this last time as well. As the 100 Thieves walk into the river, got a pretty good chunk last time around. See if he can get a barrel onto the back line. Again, you set up the team fight from 100 Thieves. You know, it's all centered around this big wombo that you're talking about from Champ Select, the Wukong knockup, Shockwave from Orianna, Ornn ultimate from long range to try and slow him down and get it all started. But in essence, it still is a fairly short range, you know, team fight from 100 Thieves because they rely so much on the carrying power of Aphelios Lulu. Meanwhile, Team Liquid, they've got package on Bjergsen, and the biggest strength there for Corki is always the range later. So they can definitely poke around, play at range with the Corki as well as the Gangplank barrels. But 100 Thieves will be biding their time, looking for their moment to all in, get that big combo down.
And I feel like that moment's probably going to line up with Aphelios' inventory. You can look at it right now. He's got Gale Force. He's working on the pieces of his next item, but Aphelios has always been one of those traditional hyper carries, wants to hit 3 items. Closer jumps in, finds a little bit of damage onto CoreJJ, but let's be honest, that's definitely not going to be where the first blood of this whole game comes from.
Yeah, I mean, the Kalista ult is back up from, you know, however long ago.
Yeah, however long ago that might have been.
We're like old men remembering the crazy events that have happened in this game. You remember that one time where he had flashed towards the Raptor pit and then Kalista ulted him over the wall? That was...
Oh, man, that's...
Woo! I was really living then.
Sometimes you wish you knew you were in the good old days before you left them. But we're 23 minutes in. By the way, to the guy who tweeted out that it's going to be 30 minutes, why would you say that? I
don't know. I kind of like it's like a good round number. Actually, what is currently the longest time in summer. This is a question for stats or anyone who has Google and wants to just supply
You're
us
invoking
the
the
answer.
entire internet. All right, what do we got?
Exactly. What has been the game that has gone the longest without kills? I'm just gonna bet that it is from LCK.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is
36 minutes or
yeah,
something?
I thought that LCK had a 35-minute one or something.
Okay. We got a ways to go then before we get to LCK.
I don't want to fight for this record. I don't think this is a good record to have.
But it's better to be known for something than, right?
Exactly. You gotta get your name on the leaderboards. Well,
If you're not first, you're last, Flowers.
exactly. Well, we need some Ricky Bobby energy here in this game right now. I need some shake and bake somewhere.
Yeah, let's get some shake and bake.
100 Thieves, vision control over the top side of the map here, clearing out some of the wards of TL in their own jungle. They've got control ward there in the Baron pit. TL is on soul point now after having grabbed that last dragon for themselves.
We got also, I saw it, the inventory, it was like right here, I think. Oh, I missed. I was trying to get the Muram on it. It's right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. There we go. I didn't even mean to do that, but we found the Muramana transformation in the middle, baby.
We got it.
That's where you know the... Oh, Bwipo!
FBI!
He's gonna do it! He's gonna do it!
Gets headshot. Bwipo! First blood at 25 minutes. Closer's coming in, looking to clean him up. And Ssumday takes the kill. It'll be 1-for-1 overall here.
Oh my God, that was so
We've got
good.
kills!
That's what I really wanted. Bwipo getting in there. It comes from the explosive expert, Flowers. Are you surprised? The first death.
The demo man plants the charge, and FBI gets first blooded, but Bwipo does fall after the fact. So at least we got a little bit of a scrap there. Finally, after 25 minutes, that's the angle, that's the opening.
Let's
take a look at how Bwipo did it.
Relive our greatest moments here. Bwipo with the barrel, then after FBI did the flash and the Gale Force, trying to get out of the ultimate, hits him with the headshot under tower, nice crit. Closer though answers. It's a dangerous profession being an explosive expert, Flowers. Sometimes you have to give up your life to see the world burn.
Well, I've always heard that explosive expert is, it's one of those jobs where you only ever make one mistake.
Well, good thing in League of Legends you get another chance at it. Respawn, baby.
Well, they're back. They're ready to go. We got under 1 minute until the Drake spawns. Remember, this one is Soul. If Team Liquid are able to acquire it, 100 Thieves should be ready to fight, but 100 Thieves are currently sneaking the Baron.
Sneaky. Santorin. He smells something fishy, though.
Team Liquid's got to know something's up here. Okay, there we go. Blue Trinket into the pit. That's going to let them know what 100 Thieves are up to. 100 Thieves are not calling it off. They are staying on the Baron. Down to 4,000 HP now. 3,000. 2,000 HP. 1,000. Santorin going in. It's going to be secured by Closer. Santorin's thrown up into the air. Team Liquid now trying to get themselves away. Santorin with the Renata Glass bailout, but it ain't going to bail out nothing. FBI getting the kill there. It's Closer down in exchange for 300 Thieves. Find a massive Baron into a fight.
And with this Baron, this solves the issue of trying to take down Team Liquid towers for 100 Thieves. They were going to be completely outranged and have a hard time getting around Gangplank barrels and Corki rockets, but Baron buff, they're going to pick up the Dragon. They're going to be pushed right down mid. Flowers, 100 Thieves making big money moves.
We've got some momentum now on the side of 100 Thieves. They will stop the Soul, they will take the Baron, they will win the fight, and they swing the gold all the way back into their own favor. Let's take another look.
And Team Liquid, they're like, all right, you know what? We're going to wait until it gets low enough to go for the steal. They all in. They do Renata flash, ultimate flash there to try and get Santorin a pathway in, and he gets in, but the smite is too good from Closer. 100 Thieves combined with enough damage, they finish it out, and then even chasing over the Gangplank ultimate. FBI on red-white guns here for Aphelios. Mows them down.
Well, 100 Thieves are feeling really good after that one, and I want to see how much they can accomplish here with this Baron. They have 3 turrets already to their name. The tier 1 still standing at bottom, and you can see it's FBI and Huhi pushing up towards that, looking to grab that free money. Abbeddage going after CoreJJ there, but he uses the stopwatch to keep himself safe enough. Now Bwipo looking to chase down Ssumday, finding some good damage onto the 100 Thieves top laner. Santorin right next to him. Closer going right back into the fight. He finds the knock up onto Hans, now going to get Wild Growth. Huhi and FBI both falling back here. Again, trying to help Closer disengage on this.
Purple gun
Santorin keeping the chase alive. Okay. All right. Everybody's safe for now.
Abbedage has teleport, so 100 Thieves are kind of acting like they're trapping themselves going over to the minion wave over here, but they could teleport in Orianna. They still have Baron buff as well, trying to push out and get some more tower money, but it looks like it's just going to be that secondary that they grabbed in mid.
And yeah, that's about it. I mean, they get that tier 1 turret down there on the bottom side. That's at least removed. No deaths there, although things did get a little bit spicy for a while. Still got about 45 seconds left here on the Baron, but the waves aren't in any sort of a state for 100 Thieves to do much else with.
Honestly, unless I don't really see the angle unless Team Liquid, again, if they can set up at the objective first and get 100 Thieves walking into barrel chains, they can get the big explosive expert moment from Bwipo where he annihilates FBI or Abbedage or maybe both. That's a dream scenario, but it is pretty hard for the super late game for your engage to just be Udyr running at people. Bwipo though.
Ssumday goes in looking for an engage onto Bwipo. Abbedage coming down there to provide the damage. Bwipo doing everything he can to try to fight back in this one, but 2v1 ain't fair, and Abbedage picks up his first kill of the game.
Really good pick here for 100 Thieves, because, yeah, I think Bwipo is the single biggest threat to their win con right now. On the other side of the map is just push up into tower, so nice pick here, 400 Thieves. See if they can actually make use of the extra time. Teleport will be ready for Bwipo when he gets back up. 30 seconds left on the Pirate, and Ssumday as well could join if Team Liquid try and force. But again, trying to force for Team Liquid is very difficult.
Yeah.
You're just Udyr running at people through so much CC that 100 Thieves can easily peel and buy enough time for Ornn to teleport in.
Oh, nice shockwave there from Abbedage. Gonna put some hurt into both Hans and Bjergsen, but not enough to really threaten anybody there. You can see it at least got the heal out of Hans Sama. So there is a summoner spell down on that one. 2 minutes until the Drake spawns. Just a little bit over 2 minutes until Baron's back alive. So I feel like that's gonna be our mark where we get to see more violence.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get some high-powered team fights coming up shortly. And again, it really would behoove Team Liquid to get there first. If they can get there with control wards and just then you get to threaten with your extra range that you're trying to work with here. 100 Thieves, though, they've been too good at bullying their way in right behind their front line and have gotten to the objectives with better setup.
It's that 5v5 power, man. You've got an Orianna, a Wukong, an Ornn, Lulu, Aphelios, all of these champions so adept at the big team fight. We need to see so many rockets from Bjergsen to give TL the edge.
And a flash.
Abbedage getting jumped on now. 100 Thieves trying to back up their mid laner. CoreJJ gonna take a little bit of damage. FBI gets berserked. Santorin is incredibly low, but so is Abbedage. Santorin, he's gonna burn away on that one, and FBI's on a killing spree. Hans Sama caught out. CoreJJ exploded. Team Liquid collapse again versus the 100 Thieves team fight. FBI will just run Bjergsen down. Holy moly, man. Bwipo trying to take at least one with him, but he won't do it. An ace for nothing for 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves gonna wipe them off the map, Flowers. They're inside the base, and they are looking to lay destruction to the Team Liquid base. That is gonna do it.
100 Thieves, they find their 5-0 ace. This game, Kobe, we had no kills at 25 minutes. Nexus at 32. 100 Thieves, as soon as they found their way, they made it all the way to the Nexus, and they will take down Team Liquid.
All right. Over or under reactions on Team Liquid? Give me them now. It's still pretty early for this team, but what a drop off a cliff here for Team Liquid. You could tell they were getting a bit desperate there towards the end. So when they see Abbedage no flash in the river, they're hoping this is our chance. This is our chance to make something happen. 100 Thieves decline.
Yeah, 100 Thieves say, okay, you just want to have a square fight, 5v5? Sure, no problem. That's what we drafted. Team Liquid, I mean, you pointed it out. Their engage is Udyr running at you and trying to slap a guy. That can't compete with an Ornn, with a Wukong. Like,
that's not it.
All these tools, that's not it. Somehow it doesn't work out, but 100 Thieves, man, nicely done taking down TL, and TL's got to be concerned.
Yeah, it's actually crazy how, in the first week with the TL's super dominant 3-0, people are already just running away with all of the predictions for this team, and especially since they went to Korea and practiced so much and came in so prepped, and they've got this star-studded roster to not be able to continue on with the strength of schedule that the rest of the weeks have here for this team. It's not going to get easier. They're going up against CLG tomorrow, who have been on a tear.
I love the fact that we get to say that unironically for the first time in what feels like forever. It's like, yeah, dude, you're staring down the barrel of CLG. You can't pick one of these do-nothing comps and then do nothing. Like, you guys are going to have to make some moves. Team Liquid, they got to go back to the drawing board. Throw the drawing board out. Get a whole new drawing board or something. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Maybe take a drawing class.
Some art class.
Some art classes.
There we go. Okay, well, Team Liquid.
That's our prescription for Team Liquid.
Art
classes.
Well, 100 Thieves, though, like, despite the fact that the game was so slow for so long, as soon as they got a chance to play their game, they really excelled at it. And starting up that Baron, the Baron sneak that then they got spotted out, right? Like the blue train gets in the pit, they didn't back away. I love the fact that they were willing to commit to that. They were saying, no, come here, we'll trust Closer to smite, we'll win the 5v5. They do, and that's what changes the game.
Yeah, Closer was an all-star for this game. The Dragon steal and peel, where he got the rest of the team out, distraction mode down the bottom side. They had complete faith in him around the objectives, and he rewarded them.
It was really impressive what they were able to do, what they were able to accomplish with that one. At least, like I say, going from no kills to winning in 7 minutes. That was a 7-minute game of League of Legends, if you think about it in that respect. And that's pretty impressive, my friend.
It definitely was.
You don't often have a 7-minute game of League of Legends.
I agree. That was a 7-minute game. I deleted most of the rest of it.
Well, there was nothing else that happened in the first part of it. Like, I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned for Team Liquid. I'm a bit concerned that this squad that's got all this star power, all these, like, incredible players is losing games in that fashion.
Same. I don't know what's going on. I think we are ready to throw it over to High for his